channel. I'm John Cordy and I have a guitar problem, sort of. Anyway, so about a month ago I think I did a video talking about starting to sell off some gear, and it's now been 2 months since I started this process. I don't know if you're like me, but I don't have loads of money or anything like that. I live in like quite a small 2-bedroom house in a council estate in Devon. I drive like a cheap car and I don't drink, so basically the only thing I spend my money on is coffee and guitar gear. So I have sort of disposable income that I can buy stuff with. Gear and stuff like that makes up part of the channel. I think it's the reason that some people come to watch the rubbish that I make. But I guess kind of my main kind of focus is like the helixy modelling stuff and some of the kind of jazzy educational stuff anyway. So I kind of put together a spreadsheet of stuff and bits and pieces that I've got on the shelf that I don't necessarily use a lot, like quite a lot of pedals that I've accumulated over the years because they might have come up at a good price, you know, or I didn't want to miss out on a bargain, or I thought I'd like to try that. And essentially I'd kind of taken stock and I thought I've ended up with quite a lot of stuff here and I didn't have really loads of space, and I've kind of totaled up the amount of money that I've got kind of just sat there on the shelf in these pedals. I'm not necessarily too happy about it, so I decided to start selling stuff off. Now where I'm at the moment is 2 months into the process and things selling on eBay and, you know, on forums and stuff, and so far the money that I've generated according to my spreadsheet, which could be inaccurate, is like £10,200, which is quite a lot of money for me. And I guess what that means is that I don't have the baggage of that stuff kind of sat on the shelf kind of looking at me, judging me for not using it, but also it means that potentially if something did come along like this gold K-line did, I was able to sort of just jump on it because I've got that money kind of just spare now anyway. I don't necessarily have to feel guilty about bringing something into the house because there's plenty that is left. So the process is still ongoing, and I guess I'll keep you updated on that if it's at all interesting. I guess most of what the YouTube kind of guitar stuff tends to be about is actually, you know, selling new gear and people sort of being paid to show you bits and pieces that hopefully the marketing will get you to buy it. So this is maybe a little bit of anti that. I was wondering about what would be kind of like the strategy for choosing stuff to sell, or strategy for actually selling stuff. Do you feel like you've got too much stuff? What is that ideal kind of sweet spot of stuff for you? You know, like at one stage I had about 9 amps, and amps aren't even really a key part of what I do. Modelling is mostly what I do, so it was kind of a bit silly. So I've sold a couple of amps and I'm still in the process of selling a few. You know, I had like 2 of the same cab and then an extra 2 cabs when most of my amps are combos anyway. It's just little things like that that I start to think, well, this is just getting a bit ridiculous. And it certainly helps when you've got someone else that you live with who's pointing out that you're running out of space. So that's kind of what my motivation has been. And the criteria, I guess, for hanging on to something would be it's something that you really want, you know, and there's going to be bits and pieces like that, you know, so like the Ibanez TS10, I don't think I'm going to sell. The K-line guitars, I don't think I'd ever sell. Obviously the Helix I use every single day, you know, that's obviously not going anywhere. Or the amps that are special to me for whatever reason, whether that's tonally or because there's like some connection with it, or I think it might be difficult to get one of those again if I change my mind. So far the only thing that I've kind of regretted selling was the Seymour Duncan Power Stage, because I then bought that Kemper cabinet to try on the channel. So there's little bits and pieces like that that might happen. So I guess be careful about what you're selling and why you're selling it. The other thing is that I need to try and change that behaviour of, you know, when you see something that's like a pedal which is like 30 quid cheaper than it should be or something, you don't need to necessarily jump on everything like that. I guess it's like a fear of missing out type thing, or, you know, you don't want someone else to grab that bargain. You think, okay, I could use that pedal, or I could try that pedal, or whatever. Sometimes it's okay to just let the thing go, and so sometimes, you know, I might say to someone, can I grab that pedal? Actually, I kind of prefer to get the message back, it's already sold. That to me is like, it lifts a bit of weight off your shoulders, and it's good, okay, that's one less piece of gear that's going to come into the house. So I don't know, maybe this is sort of uniquely my own kind of issue, as I've created this problem of, you know, like gear coming into the house, because in some ways I need to show it to the channel and stuff. But I'd be interested to know your thoughts as well. You know, have you got treasured pieces of gear that you'll never let go? Or have you got pieces of gear that you regret selling? Or have you got pieces of gear that you're thinking, actually, I don't really want all of this stuff. Sometimes it might be nice to have some extra money that I could spend on other things, whether it's like fixing something in the car, or, you know, when bills come up to pay that are unexpected, it would be a bit easier to pay them. That's kind of how I'm feeling now that I've sold quite a bit of gear, as I said, like over £10,000 worth now. In 2 months is quite a lot of money for stuff that I'm not really missing at all. So I just wanted to share where I'm at with that, and, you know, get some of your thoughts on that as well in the comments if you feel like you want to engage in that conversation. Maybe you don't. Anyway, thank you for stopping by, and I'll catch you in another video soon. Cheers.